I would like to speak briefly about the ecosystem of a startup business. The goal in the launch phase of a business is to establish ecosystems in the market by introducing your business to users and proving the viability of your concept. To this end, then, the business needs to formulate the value proposition and delineate the initial structure of an ecosystem. This work includes defining the activities and the partners needed to deliver that value proposition. The links amongst those partner relationships are also helpful, and the roles and responsibilities of the different players or stakeholders help in the design of the governance of this eco model. So I just want to cover four factors. I don't want to really get rigorously into this because there's a lot to it, but I just want to bring out four important factors. First of all, in order for your business to be healthy, you want to have a profit potential, right? And so the profit potential of the ecosystems must be large enough to justify the investment required to establish it. A lot of times you're going to be asking for funding, for instance, right? So you need to attract partners needed to operate this ecosystems. This ultimately depends on the value that the ecosystem can create for the partners, for the customers, and on the customer side, for the willingness to pay for it, especially. To achieve this, then ecosystems must remove any substantial source of friction for the customers to fulfill the sizable unmet and customer needs. Secondly, the business must motivate the required participants to commit and contribute to this ecosystems. Okay, so this is not only about the number of participants, but also the right participation for participants. Okay. Thirdly, the business must determine the proper level of openness for this ecosystem, right? You can have an open this is how you're going to regulate access and decision rights. Very important concept in design. All right, so an open ecosystem experiences faster growth. Just to compare that with a closed system that allows for a more deliberate design of the ecosystem and for greater control over the business partnerships. And finally, the business must decide how to charge for the ecosystem's products and services. That should make sense to you right off at the top without listening to me. So all of this involves metrics, right? Metrics should be tracked during the launch phase of this system. And so some of these metrics are like marketing expenses, technology costs, revenues, burn rates, total number of users, media attention, etc. All of that is important. There's more to it. All of that is important. The other thing that you should consider in this startup is the number and engagement level of your high end customers, your high value customers. You'll find a lot of benefit in paying attention to that part of your market. And then, of course, customer feedback. Any startup is uncertain as you start up. You're thinking amongst yourselves about what you want to do, but you really don't really perfect it until you roll it out. And after roll out, when you get feedback from customers, you find that this is different than focus group type feedback because these customers have paid for the service and they're a little more critical. All right, so a lot of things to think about here, but I just thought this short video might give you some food for thought. All right, thanks for listening. I am Dr. Hamilton.